that controlling your emotions is the ultimate form of strength. However, it's important to understand that staying silent does not mean you accept or agree with the insult. It also doesn't mean you are weak or easily overpowered by others. Instead, silence is a way of choosing not to let yourself be drawn into a negative spiral. You can respond or share your perspective later, once your emotions are under control and reason leads the way. When you don't react immediately, you can serve your mental energy for things that truly matter. The person insulting you might expect an outburst, but when they are met with your calmness, they will sense a strength that words cannot touch. This is the power of composure and self-control, something not everyone can easily achieve. Remaining silent in the face of provocation not only helps protect your self-esteem, but also brings other benefits first. It helps you avoid the negative consequences of impulsive actions. How many times in life have you said or done something in anger only to regret it later? Silence gives you time to think and assess which response is most appropriate. Moreover, not letting negative emotions dominate helps you maintain inner peace. You won't be haunted or bothered by meaningless words. Instead, you can focus on more positive aspects of life, from work and relationships to personal growth. Ultimately, everything comes down to your choice. Do you want to be someone easily provoked by negative words, or someone who can stand firm in the face of adversity? Remember, no one can hurt you unless you allow it. The power to control your emotions always lies in your hands. So, what do you think about staying silent in the face of disrespect? Is it a sign of inner strength or just avoidance of confrontation? Share your thoughts in the comments below. I'd love to know how you deal with these situations and whether the philosophy of Stoicism applies to your daily life. Reason number 3, time and energy. Reason number 3, time and energy are more valuable than negative reactions. Are more valuable than negative reactions. True strength doesn't lie in how quickly you can respond when insulted, but in knowing when it's unnecessary. Any AR to respond at all in a world full of conflicts and clashes where words can be as sharp as knives, and social media becomes a battleground of endless arguments. Maintaining calm and not getting swept into negativity is a sign of inner strength. Strong individuals understand that their time and mental energy are too precious to waste on meaningless things like the disrespect of others. They don't allow themselves to be dragged into petty emotional games that only drain their minds and slow their progress in life. No one is immune to harsh words or rude behavior. It could be a disrespectful colleague, a stranger on social media, or even someone close who unintentionally hurts you with careless words. But what truly matters is how you respond to these situations. Strong people don't see them as reasons to react negative, lie, or seek revenge. They understand that every passing moment is part of the journey toward greater goals. Getting caught up in anger or retaliation only leads you off track, occupying your mind with negative emotions that bring no value. Imagine you're on a journey to climb the mountain of your success. Along the way, you encounter small stones, insults, or disrespectful attitudes from others. If you stop every time you hit a stone to throw it back or argue, you'll waste precious time and energy, and you might even forget your ultimate goal. The mountain peak, on the other hand, if you step over them calmly, you'll conserve your strength for challenges that truly matter. A vivid example of this philosophy is Michelle Obama, former First Lady of the United States. Throughout her tenure, she faced countless prejudices and criticisms, from her background and her skin color to her role and influence in society. Instead of responding to the insults directed at her, Michelle Obama chose to channel all her energy into advancing educational and public health initiatives. She understood that criticism could not define her worth, and that the best way to respond to insults was through meaningful actions. In a famous speech, Michelle Obama delivered a line that became iconic: "When they go low, we go high." This was not just advice for her supporters, but a profound life philosophy she applied to her own journey. Instead of letting herself be dragged down by negativity, she chose to rise above, focusing on positive and valuable endeavors. This calmness and resilience helped her maintain her composure while inspiring millions around the world by not reacting negatively. Michelle Obama demonstrated that silence and composure are not signs of weakness, but expressions of inner strength and self mastery. She did not allow disrespectful words to define her worth. Instead, she let her achievements and actions speak for themselves. The educational programs she initiated, the awareness campaigns on health, and the rights of women and children are the strongest responses to anyone who ever doubted or insulted her. Ultimately, strong individuals understand that every time you react to an insult, you allow others to control your emotions and energy. And for them, that is an unacceptable waste. Life is too short to be concerned with things that are unworthy of your attention. Instead of responding to insults, they choose to answer with success and inner peace. We cannot control how others treat us, but we can completely control how we respond. When you learn to stay calm, in the face of insults, you not only protect your inner peace, but also set a shining example for others. Strength does not lie in proving to others that you are right, but in knowing what truly deserves your time and energy. Remember, remember the greatest success is not winning every trivial argument, but maintaining your steadfastness on your path. Despite challenges and negative remarks around you, inner peace and personal achievements are the most powerful responses to any insult. Reason number 4. Silence demonstrates confidence and emotional reason. Number 4. Silence demonstrates confidence and emotional maturity. Maturity strong people understand that not every act of disrespect, ECT, deserves a reaction. When someone throws out an insult, they are attempting to control your emotions. They hope you'll get angry, react, and lose your composure because in that moment, you've handed them your power. But when you remain silent, you're subtly saying, I don't need your validation or approval. I know who I am, and that's enough. Silence is not a sign of weakness or avoidance. On the contrary, it is the quietest yet most powerful declaration of self-respect and emotional maturity. Emotionally mature individuals do not let meaningless words dictate their actions. They understand that anger only drains energy clouds, judgment, and ultimately robs you of inner peace. Staying calm in the face of insults is a display of emotional intelligence, something not easily achieved by everyone. Imagine a meeting where a colleague makes a disrespectful remark in front of everyone. Most of us would feel our faces flush, tempted to snap back immediately to defend ourselves. But strong people are different. They simply look the person straight in the eye with a calm and unshaken gaze. The entire room seems to fall silent, and that silence weighs heavier than any rebuttal. This composure unsettles the person who tried to provoke you, while you remain as steady as a rock amid the storm. Silence isn't just a way to protect yourself from negative emotions, it's also a powerful communication tool. In many situations, silence forces others to reflect on their actions when you don't react. They don't get the satisfaction of seeing you upset, and this can make them reconsider their behavior. There's an even deeper reason why strong people don't respond to disrespect. They focus on what they can control and let go of the rest. This might sound simple, but in reality, it's a tough lesson that not everyone can master. You can't control what others say or do, but you have complete control over how you respond. When someone insults you, they are testing your ability to manage your emotions. Reacting with anger or outrage is like admitting that you've allowed them to dictate your mood. Strong people understand that their self-worth doesn't depend on others. Words, they know exactly who they are, what they're doing, and the values they stand for. That's why insults pass over them like a fleeting breeze, incapable of shaking their confidence or self-respect. How to apply this philosophy to daily life? Applying this philosophy to daily life isn't easy, especially when negative emotions flare up. However, with a few simple steps, you can gradually train yourself to remain calm in the face of insults. First, pause and take a deep breath when someone insults you. Take a moment to pause and breathe deeply. This helps you control your emotions before reacting impulsively. Second, remember who you are, or remind yourself of your values and goals. Don't let others' negative words make you forget your true self. Third, shift your focus. Instead of dwelling on the insult, redirect your attention to other positive aspects of your life. You can focus on your work, hobbies, or loved ones. Fourth, practice compassion. Understand that people who insult others often carry their own wounds or insecurities. Instead of getting angry, try to view them with empathy. Fifth, maintain distance when necessary. If someone frequently insults you, consider keeping your distance or limiting contact with them. Sometimes stepping away from negativity is the best way to protect your inner peace in today's world, where people are easily drawn into arguments and impulsive reactions. Some silence becomes a rare strength. It not only helps you maintain peace of mind, but also demonstrates maturity and self-confidence. A strong person doesn't need to shout to prove their worth. They let their actions and calm